and the last session of today. Hi, by the way, I'm sorry because I'm recording it, one right after the other. I wasn't in a total state of being present, and I forgot to start my segment with hello. This is the infinite man. So balance, it's very, very important. Now, last time I mentioned the universe is going to either balance it out in a short period of time or in a long period of time. If you are so aware and conscious that the karma or whatever got back to you or whatever got back to the scale that now it did even itself out, if you're aware and conscious about it, about the consequence or the karma, if we get it in a short period of time, I think we have to be extremely grateful, because we got even based upon the proportion of what we put in. So whatever we did put in, we did something bad. Few days later, or a week or two later, we got something back, and now we are balanced again. We are even. And that's the beauty of life, infinite life, which it's not bad and good. It constantly gets balanced out for a purpose of growth, for a purpose of evolvement. And this consciousness, this awakeness, this awareness, where is it supposed to take us? By constantly our scale gets balanced out, maybe meaning we are good or naughty, good or naughty, good or naughty, but we are learning our lessons. Why? Because eventually we are going to get to the point of enlightenment, which we are permanently and infinitely balanced, and we are in a different dimension. So we don't get incarnated. Oh, by the way, that was another law that I was going to write down, which I did not believe in it at all. But now I have this very simple yet beautiful understanding of the law of incarnation that I will share with you. And it made sense to me, and I'm hoping that it makes sense to you too. But that's for another session. Anyway, so why we should be happy that if you get the karma in a short period of time, for two reasons. Number one, we are aware enough, awake enough, conscious enough to put two and two together, connect the dots and say, oh, last week I did this and this week I got that. Connect the dots. The good thing about it is the incident is still fresh in our mind, and the consequence that we get, we can relate, connect the dots together and learn faster. So the learning process, if we get the karma back in a short period of time versus long, the good about it is that it's awakening us. It's making us wake up, wake up, wake up. There's no judgment at all. I told you before, you're playing in the orchestra and you are going to not play a note or two in a right way and harmoniously with the rest of the orchestra, as much as you want to stay focused on the conductor. But it's okay. What was our job? What was our next move? Our next move was to keep on going, keep on playing. There is no judgment. No one is judging us. Divine is not judging us. Universe is absolutely happy that the growth and evolvement is taking place sooner rather than later. And the space between learnings are becoming less and less, meaning you're learning more and more and faster, to the point of completeness and moving forward and graduating this life or this form or this dimension into the next. The bad thing about it, that when it doesn't happen in a short period of time, not only we forget what was it that we did, that now we are experiencing this 5 years later in our life, or 10 or 20 years later from now. It's much harder to connect the dots, number one. Number two, the universe kept on putting things by this passage of time for what you did. So it's going to get balanced out really hard. In other words, the karma is going to be so intense. And if it wasn't a good one, so painful. And the chances of you connecting the dots and waking up is less, unfortunately. And you may even end this lifetime still confused of, why me? Why did it happen? Where is it coming from? And let me tell you something. It may even come from the previous generation. That's why most philosophies of life, they believe that we pay for our father's sin. So that's why I say always wish and pray and connect to the universe for a quicker and shorter response from it, balancing it out, the karma, good or bad, because still is fresh and it's a lot lighter. The punishment is a lot lighter. It's like this versus cutting your arm. Less painful and easier to wake up because you still remember. And when we walk the walk of life that way, by life I mean any form of life, any form that we are in, not just walking on this planet Earth in earthly form. When we are walking the walk of life, our consciousness grows, our compassion and understanding grows, we are more awake, more aligned, focused, we are centered, we realize how free we are, and we are absolutely more powerful and in charge of our own being. So if we are a drop in the ocean, nevertheless the drop has to be in charge of the drop, be responsible. Every drop has to be responsible to keep that clear essence of the ocean going. Because if it gets polluted, it can eventually make the entire ocean polluted. And we don't want to go that route. Our responsibility of growth and evolvement and learning more and more, it's a mission, a very holy mission, a very beautiful mission for us to be aware. And that loving power that comes from that knowledge help us to take one step at a time with more focus and more strength, and above all, more trust in this higher level of intelligence. And it is love, joy and peace and compassion and understanding, meaning no judgment. Because we are all beautiful. We are divine's creation. So we are whole. We are complete. We are a gift and we are a treasure. May as well behave accordingly. Thank you for watching. Namaste.